Hey guys, what's going on? It's Uncle Tone. How are you guys doing? Today I'm going to have my full review for you guys on the most requested iPad case review that I have had. You guys want to see me review the Apple iPad Smart Case. Here we have it in product red. Very cool beans. You can pick this one up over on Apple's website, of course, as well as most Apple stores for $49. If you're in the US, if you're here in Canada, it's $55. I don't know why it costs more in Canada, given the fact that the Canadian dollar is almost the same as the US dollar right now, and has been for some time, but apparently Canadians are rich and we can afford to pay more for everything. I don't know. Somebody needs to talk to those guys over there. I don't know. It's available in your choice of light gray, dark gray, blue, green, pink, and the product red version that I have here. Cool beans. So without further ado, let's go ahead and pop it out of the packaging. Here on the back, you just have, it shows you the smart cover there that's built into the case. A couple different viewing angles, sort of thing. That's pretty much it. Pull the pull tab here on the back to open it, and then simply pop it open, just like so. And inside we have the iPad case itself. Not much else going on here in the packaging. You got some instructions there showing you how to install it on the iPad, and that's about it. So we'll set the packaging over there to the side, and here is the case itself. You're also going to get a cool piece of styrofoam, not really styrofoam, but cardboard inside the case, which we don't really need. And then here is the case itself. It's lined with a really nice, almost feels like microfiber, kind of velvety, suede-y microfiber material on the inside, and the outside is of course the polyurethane material, just like on the polyurethane smart covers. So there you go. This one just happens to be a case with a smart cover built in, which is pretty cool. So without further ado, let's go ahead. We'll pop the iPad in here. I like to go top first. I don't know, most people go button side first or top first or whatever they do. I simply slip in the two top corners and then reach down here and pop it up and over on the bottom corners, just like so. And there you go. It's in. Super simple to install, super easy, but it doesn't feel loose when you put it on. It feels nice and snug. It feels like a good fit. It's not going to fall out or anything if you happen to pick it up and shake it like so. It's not going to fall out. It feels nice and snug, but still easy enough to take it out as well by simply popping off the corners. It's a good fit. I like it. It's nice and snug, but it doesn't feel like, it's not impossible to get it off either, which is very cool. So we'll go ahead, we'll flip the smart cover shut there. We'll go ahead and take a look at some of the cutouts on it. So here we have the headphone jack. Fairly decent sized headphone jack, lines up pretty well. It could be cut down a little bit lower, but whatever. I didn't have any trouble with using headphones at all with it. They all work just fine. Here we have the cutout for your microphone, which lines up perfectly. I have no issues with that whatsoever. A cutout here for your camera, which also is pretty much perfectly cut out. No issues with that as well. Cutout for your mutant orientation lock switch, also pretty much perfectly cut out. Very easily accessible. It's a little bit on the high side maybe, but not a big deal. Easily accessible. Easily flick it on and off just like so, not a problem at all. Your sleep wake button and your volume is covered with the TPU polyurethane material on the back. Works really well. I have no issues with using those. They feel great. They work really well. I think they actually work better than the covered or the naked buttons do. Actually, I found the naked buttons have a little bit of sharp edges on them. I prefer these when they're covered. Actually, just kind of individual preference, but I find they work super well. You got a nice Apple logo there on the back. Show off your Appleness. I like to show off my Appleness. Probably you guys do too. Moving down here to the bottom, you have your 30-pin dock connector cutout. Also works just fine with every cable I tried it with. I had no issues with any of them. And then you have a perforation here along your speaker for the sound to come out. Also works really well. I didn't find it muffled or anything like that. It seems to work great. Moving around here to the front, we have the smart cover feature of the case. Some people have complained about how difficult it is to open this. I didn't really find it all that difficult. I typically take the edge of my finger in the bottom corner here and lift it on the edge and then just flip it open. just like so. It does, of course, work with the smart feature of the smart cover as well. I don't know why it didn't the first time, but you know, it does work with the smart cover feature. And again, simply on the bottom corner here, flip it open just like so, and it works really well. Some people have complained about the difficulty in opening it. Personally, I think, you know, when you first get it and it's a little difficult to open, that's a good thing, I think, because it's not going to be flopping open on you all the time, you know? It's going to stay shut. It's not going to flop open and the screen expose or anything. I think it's a good thing. This has quickly become my favorite iPad case. I've been rocking this for a little while now, and I really, really like it. Super functional. Again, you can fold up the smart cover here, put it into your typical typing position, like so, kind of in your typing position. Or you can go ahead, stand it up like this, into more of a video viewing position. Also works really, really well for that. I like it. I like the options available with it, and I like the thinness of it as well. It doesn't add a whole lot of bulk to the iPad, which is already kind of big. I mean, let's be honest, walking around with a 10-inch iPad, it's fairly big, but this doesn't add a whole lot of bulk to it. Keeps it fairly slim, and your entire iPad is protected. I've seen a number of people rocking the iPad with just a smart cover, which I don't think is a good idea. The whole back of your iPad is still exposed, which, you know, it's metal, sure, but it can still scratch and so on and so forth. And you should have some kind of protection on the back as well. But given the fact that there's not a whole lot of price difference between the smart cover and the smart case, I would definitely recommend go ahead and pick up the smart case over the smart cover if you're considering just purchasing one of them. I also have a smart cover that I use with snap on the back cases, but yeah, I really like the Apple smart case. The construction seems really good. Doesn't seem like it's going to fray or wear in any areas. I really like it. I think it's a great case, and I definitely recommend it. So that's going to do it for this one, guys. I hope you found this review helpful. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to smash that like button down there. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Cool beans. Rock on.